Okay, hello guitar players. My name is Rita Long, and this is the first of a series of short videos I'd like to make just to show you how I set up to play guitar and how I show my students. I'm one of those people that loves to sit down and just play, but if I don't take a few minutes to get my space ready, then I might not last as long as I'd like. So hopefully you'll understand me when I describe the rituals I do to get ready for guitar. So the very first thing I do is decide which guitar I'm going to play. I have 13 guitars, so today I have my go-to one for most days, which is a classical Spanish type guitar. And because of that, I have a very specific setup for that. So the first thing I do is make sure that the space I'm in is going to be quiet, with few distractions. I happen to be in a fantastic studio that belongs to my friend Jim. Thank you, Jim. And it has perfect black walls, but you can do this in your own home as well. Find a space that has no clutter, few visual distractions, so you can focus on the small work you need to do. First thing I do once I get my space is make sure that it's dedicated so I don't have to worry about sound. So somebody might want to knock on the door and come in. Well, that's verboten. Absolutely not. I will have my practice time and let people know I'm unavailable. If the doorbell goes, someone else has to get it. So I know I have my time. Because once I'm seated and I do all these things, I'm going to be there for a while, so I don't want to have to jump up. So once I got my space done, where I'm going to play, and my atmosphere, if that makes any sense, it doesn't matter what time of day. I sometimes have a night owl and I play at night, sometimes I play in the morning. If you're a student or a child, you will have your specific time you need to play. If you're an adult, you might have to wait till after dinner. So time is less important as is the atmosphere of the room that you put yourself in. So I've decided to play classical guitar for this video, so therefore I have a chair for me that fits perfectly. And it's a very simple chair with no arms. It's good and sturdy, and it can't rock or slip out from under me. And my goal to sit with classical is that I'm going to use a traditional classical position. So on my left side here, I have a footstool. And this guy is adjustable. I can move this to suit whatever height the chair is. So if a chair is a slightly higher one, I can make it higher. If it's a really low bench, I can go lower on this. So in this case, I'm going to go about number 2, so that my right foot is solidly on the floor, my left foot raised up. If you're wearing trousers, that's also a good idea. Today I'm dressed up for the video. So this allows me to get into position quickly and comfortably so that my guitar has 3 points of contact. Left arm pushing against my left leg, resting on this leg. So this position for me is the one that I would call my work position. This way, this hand does not have to support the neck here. With a little bit of a peek over, I can see. Depending on your body type, now, I used to be a lot slimmer and I could kind of get closer to my guitar, but as the years go by, I'm a little further away. So each of these things affects how you set yourself up to play. So this feels pretty good to me right now. I could probably just stand up, and that's what we want. We want it to be dynamic. No leaning back, because that way you can't get on top of your guitar for the more difficult things. So this is extremely important when you're setting up. Are you comfortable, first of all? Can you see everything? Now, I am right-handed, so if you're left-handed, you would do everything the opposite way, of course, but the relationships are the same. You want to make sure that you don't have too big a difference in the height of your knee to your leg here. Mine's perfect, but if my hips are sore, I would instead leave this foot down and put on one of those supports you can put under your guitar. It's not quite as secure for me. I really prefer this position mostly because it's dynamic. Again, if I'm doing something very difficult, I can go more vertical here. So that's the first thing. Now, once I'm seated, I don't want to have to go away anywhere. I want to be here. So I have my music stand on purpose off to the left slightly. And that is because when I perform, I had to get used to this so I would not be hidden by the music stand. So I can actually glance at it over my guitar. So if I'm playing music that someone's just given me for a wedding and I haven't got it memorized, it's off to the side here. So I can glance over my neck and see my music. If the music is small, I would bring it closer. I would either enlarge it, or I would raise my music stand up to be super close. So be very aware of how big the music is. So a lot of the music that I give my students and myself is on purposely enlarged somewhat, so you can see it easily from this distance. Or perhaps there's 2 players who want to share a music stand. So we've got the seat, we've got the footrest, we've got the music stand set up. So the very next thing I have is my accessories. So far I haven't even talked about a book. We're still getting ready to play, which is what this video is about. So to my left, I have a tray of things that I might need. Cookies, you never know. I've got a bottle of water. I have highlighter pens. That's okay, we're gonna leave the garbage truck in here. Guitars to be done right now, go fancy. Okay, so highlighters in case I want to highlight something in passage. I've got, oh, for my warm-ups I have a little egg towel.